told me a fable tale. Then I saw you, and right away I fell. No one else would do. I would wear your wedding veil. My face tattooed on the inside of your heart. I'm your fatal wound, give you a permanent scar. I will not be queen if you're not my king of hearts. If it's all a dream, then I'm gonna wage a war. It's raining on you. I'm pouring my love over you.
Following the day of the accident, Sasha can't get out of bed. She's unable to do anything, and Ashlyn and Maitland bring her food and drinks. She calls home multiple times a day, and Griffin and Callie would take turns going to visit the uni while it was still in session. Leah's moms and sister came to pick up her bedroom. The university required it. Griffin and Callie helped them, but Sasha couldn't bring herself to. Derek seems okay. He and Leah didn't have a very good relationship. In fact, they hated each other. He doesn't seem to have much empathy for the rest of the dorm during their mourning, but he tries to keep his opinions on the deceased to himself. Winona, who knows what's going on with them? They moved into the empty room next to Derek's room and has pretty much avoided everyone. It's unclear whether that has something to do with what happened or if it's just their nature. Felix forced himself to go to class. He doesn't outwardly express his grief, but it's visible that he participates less in class and seems a bit down. After all, Leah was in the same major as him and shared classes with him. Ashlyn still goes to class, but doesn't pay attention and has to leave mid-lecture due to her emotions. She tries to help Sasha because Sasha is in the worst shape of them all, but it's difficult because she too is struggling. Isaac is still himself, kind of. He tries to make jokes to lighten the mood, but they always end up somewhat sad, and he seems to have temporarily lost his ability to have fun. Rachel took the death harder than most expected from her. She wasn't super close with Leah, but her demeanor had shifted. She is even quicker to anger, and she has dreams and memories of the scene consistently, which doesn't help her squeamishness. Reliving the incident makes her nauseous, and her stomach has become incredibly sensitive. Maitland also tried to help Sasha, but is struggling to hold up as her mental health wasn't really good before the incident. She avoids talking about it and avoids sympathy from others. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 4 of the Rosewood Legacy Sapphire Cliffs. This story has taken a bit of a turn, definitely a turn for the worst, as our leading side character has passed away in a freak accident that left her on the side of a cliff, dead. Sasha, so it's been a little while since she died. Nothing much has happened other than they are all in denial, they're mourning, and it's definitely not an easy situation. Sasha has been extremely so tired and depressed and broken by what happened. She still can barely grasp the concept of the fact that Leah is not here anymore. All the others are in a similar but maybe not as extreme state, except for Derek, who doesn't seem to have an emotional response to this. In fact, in my game, when he saw that Leah had died, he laughed. So that tells you what you need to know about their relationship. Now, while everybody is still saddened, not everybody's moodlets are going to be sad. I'm not sure why, but Sasha's has disappeared, probably because they ran out of the time limit. While she would rather just stay in bed, she does have to get up to take care of her needs, specifically her bladder, so she is going to be doing that. Something that I find to be incredibly intriguing is the moment Leah died, the friendship bracelet that Leah gave Sasha broke. She's no longer wearing it because it broke, which is extremely unfortunate timing. The one thing that she kind of had that was made by Leah for Sasha, she lost. They want her to go to the psychiatrist, and I think that that would probably be a good idea. In addition, Sasha has gained, I don't know if gained is the right word, she now has PTSD, which is to be expected from somebody who saw the dead body of their best friend. She also has a fear of death. I can't remember if that is new or if it is not, but it is increasingly relevant. Everybody is kind of going on with their lives. They haven't spoken much to each other at all. It's kind of hard to do that. From what I've noticed, everybody's been kind of avoided, except for, curiously enough, Winona and Malin have been chatting autonomously. Other than that, everybody has been kind of staying away from each other. I'm sorry about all of that happening. Obviously, I planned that, so it's my fault. But I hope that from here we can, see what happens. And we're actually caught in a kind of an awkward moment because this is our first time kind of being near Winona since we bumped into them at the station. So I definitely think we should say something to them. Possibly, I feel like there isn't much to say when it comes to small talk after what happened. I think she's kind of just gonna discuss the deceased. She's gonna ask, like, what do you, why were you there? I mean, I know that they said that you were just around the cliffs for whatever reason, but I don't know, did you know Leah? And they're like, no, I didn't. I was literally just going for a walk. I don't know who they are. Oh, okay. Well, and then they're like, I'm sorry for your loss. It must be really hard, which was actually quite nice of them. I wasn't expecting them to do that. It looks like this toilet is stinky, and my guess is because of Rachel. She's been kind of vomiting a lot, and she says, like, that is due to the fact that she is a very squeamish person. So, having the memory of the dead body, it messes with her a lot. We're not going to be cleaning that up because, honestly, can't be bothered. We're going to discuss fears, and then we're probably just going to stop talking to them because this is getting to be a lengthy bathroom conversation. Normally, bathroom conversations are not that lengthy. What is this? Okay, there's a note on the ground. I have to see that. I have no idea what it is, but I want to take a look. Scientists say that washing yourself not only keeps you healthier, but also can mean other people like you more. Just thought I'd share a fun science fact. Thank you, Isaac. Yeah, we can call Mom. In fact, I'm sure that would be, something very great for us right now. We can stay from school because of our bereavement, but I'm not 100% sure if we will be doing that because she's already been doing that in between the time we last saw each other. I think that at this point she kind of just wants another way to cope. Obviously she's feeling like okay now, but that does not really mean much. It just means that she's going through a phase where she's not thinking about it too much and she's not overly depressed. And Hallie spread some gossip about Griffin, which is fine. She is also starting to get into yoga, I believe. It will definitely. She's really just looking for distractions right now, and yoga is supposed to give you peace of mind. However, I will say, if you're just standing here and thinking, because it's all about being in your own mind, and that's like what wellness is kind of about. I don't know how good this will actually be for her. They have been shooting off fireworks a lot recently during the morning period, which definitely just feels like a stab to the gut. I'm sure it's not the intention, but it really doesn't feel good when they are shooting off fireworks while we are mourning. Is that a freaking robot? Okay. So this is Winona's room, and I think that in any opportunity, Sasha would definitely want to get in here because as she stated before, she does. Don't do that, Sasha. Oh, okay, she did it, but I was very afraid she would be crushed. Don't do that again without me, please. Stop it! Stop it, Sasha! That's so scary. Like, you can't just be doing that. I know she doesn't really have a will to live right now, which is fair enough, but come on. Some tea? You can drink it then. The funeral is going to come up at some point in the near future. I'm going to check neighborhood stories. If anybody is interested, it looks like Tanvi, that really weird vampire that followed Griffin around his whole life, adopted a child. Good for her. My Sims recently have been obsessed with these tablets, and I couldn't tell you why. I really don't. understand. I don't know what they are. It is to be noticed that Isaac has been running around terrified all day, every day. She's actually quite good friends with Isaac at the moment, which is kind of sweet. I think she gets along with him best out of everybody else. And what really sucks, well, there's a lot that sucks about the situation, but something that really sucks about this situation is she doesn't really know anybody here, and she wanted to get to know people through Leah, because Leah already had friends. Leah knew her way around. Now Leah is not going to be doing that anymore, and Sasha, as seen in the cinematic, actually suspects that somebody, one of these 7 people, pushed Leah off the cliff, killed Leah, because she does not believe it was an accident. At this point, there's a lot of online articles and stuff talking about the situation, obviously, especially in the college. There's going to be a lot of people talking about the college kid that fell off a cliff while they were having a party, because that's a pretty interesting story for people who, aren't part of it. I'm sure Sasha doesn't find it an interesting story. But I'm gonna have her do some research. None of these things are particularly on par, but I'm just going to say genealogy, because that's like the most neutral, I suppose, thing that she can search. But she's just gonna be doing some research on the actual case. Malin is here, but she's not really interested in talking, which is quite normal for her in this time period. She's been quite down, like, all the time. What if, from mourning a close friend, what if Sasha does penance? What if Sasha promised to be better? Would the Watcher bring her loved one back? No. Sorry. Not funny. It's not about that. It's just the way that the world works. She's gonna, in the same sense, watch some of the news network. I guess she hopes that while the police aren't very cooperative with her suspicions, hi Melina, she was just walking by. Well, they haven't been very cooperative with her suspicions. Maybe if they do have more, they will say something on the television. Maybe if they find something at the crime scene, they'll say something on the television, because they're not keeping her in the loop. She was not a witness to a crime. She was there for a freak accident. In their eyes, anyway. Sasha begs to differ. She doesn't believe that Leah fell off the cliff on accident, and she definitely doesn't think that she committed suicide, because neither makes sense in their own way. Sasha is absolutely determined to find out who is responsible for Leah's death, whether they sabotaged the cliff and left something behind, whether they pushed her themselves. She wants to find out who did this. Now, as she showers, she hears that the others are actually turning on the TV out here, because the news is broadcasting something new on the situation. Everybody is gathering, and that is because on the TV they are saying that they did a blood alcohol level test on the body, and they found Leah was drunk. And we already kind of knew this. She drank a lot of drinks, and she's a bit of a lightweight. However, because of this factor, they are officially calling it a drunken accident until the autopsy comes back, at least. They don't expect the autopsy to give different results, but if it does, they might rule it a different way. That being said, Sasha knows that that all is not true. She knows that her best friend did not drunkenly fall off the cliff. She knows that isn't the case. And she's going to make sure that everybody else knows it too. She believes someone pushed Leah off that cliff, and she's going to find out who it was. If no one believes her, she'll just do it herself. And at least now she has her first suspect. Their alibi was suspicious, and Sasha's lack of knowledge on them makes them the easiest one to believe would do such a thing. That being said, I'm going to wrap up the episode. I'm sorry, it has been a bit of a shorter gameplay part, but I feel like this was the best way to write this episode. I'll see you guys next time. We're gonna be really getting into the thick of. Please leave a comment, especially on this series. I find thoughts extremely intriguing. I want to know who you guys suspect, if anybody. What do you think really happened on that cliff? Who is the most suspicious? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.